regions of our planet. There seems to be no end in sight for some of them, due not only to the complex nature of their causes, but above all due to non-compliance with the norms that govern international relations and with the principles of peaceful coexistence among peoples and nations. We must continue to believe in the mechanisms that are available to the United Nations to build a framework of multilateralism, solutions that ensure solid and long-lasting world peace and security. We are particularly concerned with the changes in institutional order that are occurring frequently through the use of military force in African countries, as these unconstitutional acts have not spurred an appropriate and sufficient reaction from the international community to discourage such acts, which are reprehensible in every aspect, as we have seen in Mali and more recently in Guinea. Therefore, we consider it necessary that the international community act with resolve and does not simply issue statements of condemnation in order to force those actors to return power to the legitimately established institutions. We cannot continue to allow recent examples, such as those of Guinea and others, to succeed in Africa and other continents. This is a great opportunity for the heads of state and government gathered here to demand with a single voice the immediate and unconditional release of the President of the Republic of Guinea, Professor Alpha Condé. We are concerned with the threats to world peace and security from the actions of extremist groups in the African Sahel, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, in Mozambique, and in other parts of the world, which require the continuous mobilization of the international community to strengthen our capacity to respond to these dangerous activities against social and economic stability in those countries. Unfortunately, we have been seeing a return to the use of mercenaries with the recruitment from anywhere in the world of professionals without armies, paid to kill, to destabilize countries, to oust democratically elected but troublesome politicians and regimes. This phenomenon used to be strongly condemned and fought, but unfortunately it is now encouraged and fed by powerful forces hiding behind anonymity. The United Nations, the African Union, and in general the international community must encourage the Ethiopian authorities to find better ways to put an end to the conflict in the Tigray region and counter the threat of a humanitarian catastrophe before it becomes more serious and too late. Climate change is in today's agenda, judging from the grave consequences that humanity is facing in all continents. The frequency and ferocity of hurricanes, floods, forest fires, landslides, volcano eruptions, and earthquakes that devastate entire cities and population centers in rural areas, sometimes with a significant toll of deaths, should draw everyone's attention, from governments, non-governmental organizations, the academy, scientists, civil society, to the need for concerted efforts to protect planet Earth, our common home, which has been giving us increasingly clear signals that she is not happy with how we treat her and is defending herself in the most violent manner possible. Thank you very much for your attention.
On behalf of the General Assembly, I wish to thank the President of the Republic of Angola for the statement just made, and I request protocol to escort His Excellency. I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of Burkina Faso to introduce an address by the head of state.
Monsieur le Président,
Mr. President, Secretary General of the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen, heads of delegations, it is my great honor and privilege to introduce His Excellency Mr. Roch Marc Christian Kaboré, President of FASO, for his statement during the general debate of the 76th session of the General Assembly of the United Nations. Thank you.
Monsieur le Président,
Mr. President, Secretary General of the United Nations, ladies and gentlemen, heads of delegation, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President Abdullah Shahid, my country